Okay, hello everyone. Today I'm here with Matthew Cruz, the Head of Business Development for Forest Energy. So Matthew, can you tell me a little bit about the supply chain challenges that you've seen over the last couple of months and how that has specifically impacted the renewable energy sector?
Great, so thanks very much for the question. So the supply chain challenges were primarily in 2022 and 2023 that we experienced, and what happened is there was first shortages of batteries, then there was a shortage of inverters, then there was a shortage of panels after that, after batteries and inverters came in, and the local manufacturer of batteries were able to ramp up the production as well, very much appreciative of that. And this shortage of supply unfortunately led to us on our side as installers not keeping our promises to customers, and so it cast a shadow over the sector. In that clients were told they would get an installation within 3 weeks, and then they'd pay the deposits, and then we'd want to get the stock, and then we'd see, oh no, batteries will only be available in a month and a half if we're lucky. And then that led to our broken promises or the psychological contract with the clients not being met, and expectations that were set up as soon as the deposit was paid, then being broken immediately. And so that's then set off the relationship on a bad foot. Fortunately, over time, we were able to satisfy the demand and satisfy and do all the installations. We saw very little drop off because there was still very much need for the solution we were providing, but it cast a shadow on the industry. So I'm very grateful to see now that we have ample stock and the prices have come down. Really good to see that also Solar MD is investing in local manufacturing that will also bring down further the cost of your solution, which already has a good name in the marketplace. So it's really good to see.
Okay, thank you so much. And then another question with regards to the supply chain. What are some of the key factors from that, or a lesson maybe that you've learned in order to mend that relationship?
Great. So we had to go wide, unfortunately. We had one or two key suppliers and distributors that we were loyal to. But as soon as they weren't able to satisfy our requests, then unfortunately we had to go wide, and we had to go to everyone that had any products and then sign up with them. So we became agnostic to who is our supplier. And old loyalties kind of fell away as there was not delivery from old loyalties. So that's one impact. It's unfortunate because it's nice to develop long-term relationships between companies. So on our side, we then went very broad in terms of the suppliers we get, and also the brands that we use as well. So now we have a very wide range of brands that we use as well, and that's one of the impacts that came about from the challenges we had and how we had to pivot in order to meet the demand from the client side.
Okay, thank you, Matthew. And then lastly, can you tell me, where do you see the renewable energy sector going within the next 5 years?
Great, so good question. I really like this one because what we're seeing from the government side is the price of electricity continually increasing at a rate of around 15% average year on year in terms of reality. I know that when we look at projections, there's always 8% projections or 12% projections, but when you look at what has been implemented over the last 15 years, the average has been 15%. We just had an 18% increase and then a 13% increase when you round them off the last 2 years. Despite Eskom getting 254 billion rand, they still now want a 36% increase going forward. That's they've shown their cards. We know that they're going to be applying for that to NERSA. And NERSA themselves are in a very difficult position where the High Court has confirmed, NERSA, you can't just take the application and divide it by 2, because that's pretty much what they've been doing every time. And as a result now, NERSA is going to be between a rock and a hard place, trying to listen to the government of bringing down the cost of electricity, while Eskom was saying, we need more money, we're broke. And every year they say, oh, if you just get this increase, then we'll be fine. And then it comes to the end of the year and now, 30 billion rand loss. Municipalities aren't paying, distribution infrastructure breaking. Well, excuses. Now for the first time we're hearing them actually confirming that there was state capture. This last 2 months we heard for the first time Eskom confirming that there was state capture. Wow, that's interesting, because it was the news that was telling you there was state capture for 5 years, and now you're only saying, oh, state capture was actually one of the reasons why we're having the price of electricity increasing. So as a result, with the price of electricity continually increasing, but the solar panel price going down and the battery price going down, it makes the renewable solution much more attractive for the homes and also the businesses. When you need to reduce your carbon footprint, there's a whole bunch of reporting that's coming in, Scope 2 reporting from 2026 onwards, that's going to be mandatory. Also the carbon border adjustment mechanism that's on Europe's side. Any products that are produced here that are getting sent up to Europe will need to have proven that they're reducing their use of their grid electricity, because we have almost pretty much dirtiest electricity in the world here in South Africa. We produce 1 kilogram of CO2 per kilowatt hour, which is 4 to 5 times bigger than the impact of a kilowatt hour in Europe or America. So we'll get fantastically disincentivized in terms of a country to get products from. So there's the carbon border adjustment mechanism, there's the mandatory reporting of scope 2 emissions on your energy use from companies, for all GISC listed companies. So I see the need for solar solutions paired with batteries to just continuously increase over the next 5 years, which combats both the price of electricity and these other things that I've just mentioned now as well.
Okay, thank you so much. That was quite insightful. There you have it, everybody. Matthew from Forest Energy Solutions.